This is Tom Dillon, the Lifetime Liberal. Today is Monday, August 6, 2018. The title of this rant is Appealing to Racism, Hatred, and Institutional Destruction is basically all this president has. So over the weekend, this president criticized LeBron James and basically said he was dumb. And you have to remember that every time this president criticizes a black person, he is always talking about their intelligence. Now let's remember, LeBron James, we know, grew up very poor. He didn't have a father who had millions upon millions of dollars when he was born. He grew up very poor, and he has excelled in his field, where you have to prove yourself every single day, year in and year out. And it is a short career. And he is now, meaning LeBron James, is paying back, or giving back, should I say, to Cleveland with a new school for kids who are at risk, providing educational assistance, the school, before and after care, help for the parents, all the types of stuff that this nation really needs to be doing in our entire educational system. But this president is basically trashing the entire educational system, has a incompetent person running it, and not funding it to the levels that it needs to be so that our children can excel as we compete in the world. The second thing I'd like to bring up is the Iran deal, which we're getting out of. The sanctions are going in today. Now let's remember, this was a treaty that was agreed upon by Britain, France, Germany, Soviet Union, China, the United States, and Iran. And it puts severe restrictions on Iran. It has been working. But again, based on racism and hatred, the biggest reason why this president is getting out of that deal is because it was a deal that Obama signed, strictly for that. Now remember, this keeps them away from the bomb, and we know that by reimposing sanctions, it's basically encouraging Iran to go get the bomb, because they've got to find a way to protect themselves. And we have many of our partners, especially Germany, France, and Great Britain, who are trying to find a workaround about all of this. China and Russia are probably just going to flout it. It doesn't make any difference. And the last thing I'd like to bring up, just again, in terms of hatred and racism, there were some t-shirts at the president's rally the other night that said either "I would rather be in Russia" or "I would rather be a Russian than a Democrat." So that is kind of funny, but at the same time, if these people who are following this president and think that this is funny, if they actually lived in Russia and expressed an opinion that was against the current president of Russia, their life expectancy would be very, very short. So this whole thing of hatred, racism, and institutional destruction isn't taking us forward in any way. It's only taking us backward, and we need to vote this guy and every Republican who is supporting him. And remember, they are all supporting him. We need to get rid of all of them as quickly as possible.